So let's say we wonder why our experiences of the past influence us today. So let me give you an example. We grew up in an environment, and in that environment, if we were told that we don't have time for you, I don't have time for this, you don't have time for that, well then we grow up with this experience as an absence of time. We come along then as adults, and you might stand with somebody one day and you see that they can do something great, and they say to you, but I don't have the time. And you look at them in a delusional way, and looking at them you think, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean you have no time? This is so important to you. But they keep hanging on to this excuse of I have no time. Well, that person growing up in an environment whereby they were told, I don't have the time for this and we don't have the time for you, and that was the influence of their influencers back in the early days when they were growing up. They carry that experience with them into their adult life. So you stand there and you delusionally look at them and think, what are you talking about? Well, guess what? They don't know either. But these are their judgments, and their judgments are wrong. So now they can't trust themselves and they can't trust their judgments. But these are the judgments that they rely on to get them through life. Therefore, we can't trust ourselves. So we can't trust our judgments and we can't trust ourselves. So then we decide that we understand, we have a determination that we want to do something greater, and we realize that our judgments are kind of out of sync a little bit. And you may be getting that realization right now watching the video, that our judgments are out of sync a little bit. So you decide to put your trust into somebody who judges well. So you're going to put your trust into somebody else, but you can't even trust that judgment because that judgment takes a decision. So now you don't know whether you can trust yourself, and now you don't know whether you can even trust the people that you feel judged that you can trust. So now who do you trust? So now things get even far more complicated because now you can't turn within and now you can't even turn without. So we become completely lost in this overwhelming illusion that nothing anymore is trustable. And that's why you hear people say to you, I can't trust myself, and I was told never to trust other people. So now we've two experiences from our past. We don't have time, hurry up and get into the car, hurry up and eat your dinner, and then we believe there's an absence of time in the future as an adult. And we were also told you can't trust anybody. And when you believe that you can't trust anybody, you are anybody. So not only can you not trust other people, but now you can't even trust yourself. So how do we solve that problem? Because in building your life and building your finances, you have to make decisions. So now you come along and you decide to do something greater. And I'm going to show you the first step in conquering that old belief system. So in doing something greater now, you decide to build that world of financial freedom for yourself, that abundance place that you want to go to. And in trying to build that then, you have an old belief that kicks up. And that old belief that kicks up is, we don't have the money for this and we don't have the money for that. And then all of a sudden you become lost in all of these misbeliefs. So your subconscious left brain analytical just completely conquers your right brain creative. And we cannot build from unless we use our right brain creative, but it becomes overwhelmed. So to change then means that you have to stop looking around wondering who you are, because you'll look around one day and you won't even know yourself anymore, because you'll have one belief one day, one belief another day, and there's complete inconsistency in the foundation and the structure of who we are. And when there's an inconsistency in our structure and our foundation, there is always an inconsistency in life. The change is to know this, that every misbelief that you have, every self-depleting, limiting belief that you carry in your life is just an illusion based on somebody else's perception from your past. And the moment that you start to learn to understand that conquering that is change, that's how you change. Now for all of you in the inner circle, you're changing daily. You're watching your weekly videos, you're planning your 30-year vision, you're writing all the greater things that you want to bring into your life and into your world, and your world is changing. And your world is only changing because you're in the inner circle, because your mind is changing at the same time, and you're freeing yourself up to be the greatest expression of who you truly want to be. And that's the magic of how we can change our life literally in an instant. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about transferring the energy from I can't and I shouldn't and I mustn't to transferring the energy in our mind, in our neurological pathways to yes I can, I'm achieving, and I'm going greater. And when you shift your energy, you shift your life. Make sure you watch the video. Thanks for being with me.